Hello students, so let us start with our third chapter from standard 6, that is mindful eating, a path to a healthy body. So what do we eat? Food, right? We eat food every day. Food is essential component of our daily life. Do you eat the same kind of food every day? आप लोग हर दिन वही खाना खाते हो? No, right? You eat different varieties of food every day. Some eat chapati, some eat idli, dosa. So there are different varieties of food available. Yes. Some traditional food items in various states of India are given below. You can take a look. Here there are states given, the locally grown crops of that state, traditional food items eaten in that state, and the beverages. In Punjab, the locally grown crops are given, that is maize, wheat, chickpea, pulses. Here there are some traditional food items eaten by the people of Punjab are also given. In Karnataka, locally grown crops are rice, ragi, urad and coconut. And in Manipur, the locally grown crops are rice, bamboo and soya bean. So you all can see that different varieties of crops are grown in different states of India, and also the traditional food items vary from state to state in different states of India. Yes, also the beverages vary. There exists diversity of foods in all states of India. We can see from this table that there is diversity, different varieties of foods available in different states of India. Why do we see diversity in traditional food consumed in various states of our country? So we saw different varieties of traditional foods are there in different states of India. But why there is so much of diversity? Like in Punjab, people eat different foods. In Manipur, people eat different food. Why there is so much of diversity of food? The traditional food of state is related to the crops grown in that state. The diversity of the traditional food consumed depends on the crops grown in that state. So, different varieties of crops are grown in different states of India, and because of that, the traditional food consumed by that people is also varies. India is an agricultural country with diverse soil and climate types. Various crops are grown in its different regions depending on the soil types and climatic conditions. So we see different varieties of crops are grown in different regions. It depends on the soil types, the availability of the soil and the climatic conditions, whether they are suitable or not. The choice of food may vary according to the cultivation of food crops in that particular region, taste preferences, culture and tradition. The choice of food, what food they eat or the traditionally grown food, it depends on the cultivation of the food crops in that particular region, what type of crops are grown in that particular region, the taste preferences of the people of that region, the culture and the traditions that they follow. So the traditional food of state is related to the crops grown in that state. How have cooking practices changed over time? We see a difference between the cooking practices nowadays and in the earlier times. There is a huge difference in the cooking practices. Cooking practices, also known as culinary practices, have changed over time. Cooking practices in earlier times and nowadays. Earlier times, we used to use a chulha for preparing the food, but nowadays we use a modern gas stove. Earlier times, for grinding, we used to use a silbatta, but now we use an electrical grinder. This change is due to the technological development, improved transportation and better communication. Here are the pictures of the chulha, the traditional stove, modern gas stove, the silbatta. It is also known as a stone grinder. We use a stone to grind a paste. Then there is an electrical grinder. This is it for today's class. Thank you, students.